call in. Zachary Baylor, what is your area code? What's your area code, Zachary Baylor? I had took it down. I had took the access code down because it was too many people who had called in, and I was can't keep up. But Zachary Baylor, thank you for the donation. What's your area code? Did anybody see Zachary Baylor give the area code? I don't see an area code for Zachary. Zachary, I don't see an area code. Thank you for the donation. I don't see an area code. 414. I don't have a 414. I don't have a 414 on the line. Zachary, I don't see your thing. So I'm going to go to 773. Hello.
Oh, how you doing?
Hi. What's your thoughts on the situation?
My thoughts on the situation is a cruel world, and I don't want everybody to judge this man. Everybody has skeletons in their closet. I just want to pray for the man in the mighty name of Jesus.
Okay,
I want
so
to pray for Mr. Kelly. And for the lady you had online, she said she took her daughter, and R. Kelly would have had both of them. So you went there with intention to sell your daughter to the man. That's basically what's going on. If he was doing it, they were selling their kids to the man.
okay,
But
so
I don't want to criticize the man. I just want to pray for the man. I want Jesus to be with him right now in the jail cell. I just want to pray for him right now. That's what we should be doing. Pray for the man. Strengthen him. Don't criticize the man. We don't know what he did. The speculation, the money gone, the time ran out. So now they're trying to recruit the man. But
right,
Mr.
right.
Kelly, I pray for you.
Thank you for the
In the
donation,
mighty name,
Michelle.
in the mighty name of Jesus. In the mighty name of Jesus. And I'm gonna
Right.
just leave it at that. We all should. We gonna just cut the man's head off. I don't believe none of the things that's been going on. What's been saying. And that lady, and she's still on the line. You went to a concert with your daughter. You was willing to sell your daughter to the man.
Thank you for the donation, Almeda. I think she's still on the line. 803, hello?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay,
Yeah,
he's
I had
talk.
a problem. I had a problem with you when you said you went to a concert, and he
Yeah.
would have had you and your daughter together if he choose to. You
No,
went
I
there
didn't.
with
I didn't say if he chose to. He may have chose to, but it was still me and or my daughter's option
Oh
to
man.
do that. The
Okay.
point that I'm making is the parents have
You
the
took your
knowledge.
daughter. You,
I
if
took
this,
my daughter there.
if this speculation was going on, you like young women, you went there with intentions.
I went there with the intention of my
You
daughter
went.
meeting R. Kelly
You went there
and
with
the opportunity to see what,
No, no,
if
no,
she
no.
could
You
dance
went.
with him, if
No.
she liked him or whatever the
You
hell. I
a
mean, it didn't
lie.
matter.
You went there
No,
with
listen to me.
intentions.
And
You went
if I
there
did,
with intentions, lady. Lady,
the
you
point
went
of the
there
matter
with
is,
intentions.
if I did, my daughter still had her own choice. R. Kelly did not force her to do anything. He was alone with her. He did not rape her, and she had an option to say
You
no.
went there. You
I
went
took
there
my
with
daughter
intentions.
there. She had the
You went
option
there
to
for.
say no.
You
Listen
claim
to me.
you living so good and living so
No, I'm
nice
not
and
saying how I'm
established.
living.
You
I'm
went there for.
living.
You went there for some money. You took your
If
daughter there for
look,
some money.
if I went there for
You
some
took your
money or
daughter
not
there
went
for some
there
money.
for some money,
You
the
talk
point of
all
the
this
matter
like
is
you
R.
so
Kelly did
ride,
not rape
rode on
her.
good horses and
That's
everything.
the only
You took
point
your
that I'm
daughter there
trying
for some
to
money.
make. He did
Now
not
you took
rape
your daughter for
her.
money.
He did not
Everybody saying he
make her
raped her,
do
but you said he had
anything.
his choice to deal with you and his daughter at
No,
the
I'm
same time.
saying he
No.
He chose,
You went there
like,
with
he liked
intention.
it me and he liked my daughter. That's the point that I'm making.
So if I like you and your daughter and I wanted to have sex with you and your daughter, you would sit there and have sex with me and your daughter?
No,
Man,
I'm not saying that, man. Listen to me. I'm not saying that or whatever. Just get out your feelings. Get out your feelings. No, I told you I introduced him to my daughter.
I'm not no fool. I'm listening to what you're saying.
Okay,
You
but
went
listen
there with you and your
closely.
daughter.
Listen closely. Listen.
If you choose to, the man would have had sex with you and your baby. How sick can
No,
you be?
he would not have. I didn't want R. Kelly.
You went there.
Oh my God.
You
He's
went
not.
there for a connection. You the one trying to get on the team to fall right in with the other people going on.
If my daughter, if I put my daughter on the team, so what? If she wanted to do it, then we would have gotten the money. She did not want to do it. The point of the matter is this: the parents know. The parents know. That's the only point that I am making. They are not. They are aware of what's going on with their children.
The blood of Jesus, lady.
Whatever, the blood of Jesus. The blood of Jesus protected me and my daughter. Okay, let's just go with that because
you're not for the black people of our community.
I am for the black people. I'm for the people, for R. Kelly and those.
You went there with intentions.
Me and many others.
You went there with intentions.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna just interject. I'm gonna interject. So, okay, so what she's saying is she knows that the parents in this situation that are going after R. Kelly are not innocent because she knows her mindset when she went, and her point was that the parents and the children have a choice and they knew what they were doing because herself, she's taking accountability. She's saying that she knew what her agenda was and what she was doing. She wanted to further her daughter and her daughter wasn't there for it, and it's up to the person to decide, and she's saying that these parents knew. So I'm gonna just say that, but go ahead.
I want saying a young lady at 17, 18, 19 knew. If I'm with my mom and she said, well, go with him, stay with him for a while.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't tell her to stay with him. I said meet him. That was it. Okay. An exchange of numbers.
Man, I still think you still full of baloney.
Okay, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it whatever you want. The point of the matter is the choice was there. R. Kelly did not force anybody to do anything. I would not have done anything. You can't tell me that.
Okay. You went for money back. So what he decided?
I think she's more so in defense of R. Kelly, saying that he didn't force them, so she doesn't believe that he forced these other cases.
Whatever going on with speculating, I don't think that man forced anybody to do anything.
I think she's saying the same thing. That's her point as well. She's saying that he didn't force her daughter to do anything. He didn't force himself upon them. It was her daughter's action or choice. I think that's kind of what she's getting at.
That's basically that's what I feel. Right, I feel the man ain't one forced to do anything. If they sold him to him or whatever, is all chaos.
Yeah.
I don't believe anything what's going on right now. But what I'm feeling right now, he shall and he will come from up under this. It ain't nothing but just a money thing.
I'm not trying to bring R. Kelly down. A lot of women that have attractive daughters put their daughters in situations where their daughters want to be in situations. And R. Kelly...
Whatever's going on in Chicago, that's not going to stick. Whatever's in Chicago, they would have came down to put the hammer down. So now they want to try the New York thing with trifling. All this is a bunch of baloney. But hear me right now. Before the end of this year, that man will be okay.
Look, guys...
I guarantee you, he will not go to prison.
I don't want R. Kelly to go to prison. The point that I'm making is the parents know what's going on with their children. That's the only point that I am making. And the parents have a choice, and the children have a choice.
I have a stepdaughter. Sometimes I'll be hurting for money. I'm not running and trying to chase.
I won't hurt you for money. Dude, I make well over 6 figures. It wasn't a point of hurting for money. It was just the experience, the opportunity, and it was.
Sometimes I might need some money
God.
to carry me on and carry me through. I got nieces, I got stepdaughter.
Yeah, you sound like you hurt some money right now. To be honest, ain't nobody selling themselves. You sound like I should probably be sending you a few dollars. What's your Cash App?
What's my Cash App?
Yeah.
What's my Cash App? I don't even have a Cash App. Maybe you probably try Western Union. But I ain't got no cash.
Okay. Here we go.
I cannot play with y'all tonight. Okay, I'm about to put both of y'all on mute. Let me go to the next caller.
Okay.
Whoo, child. What the caller say? The blood of Jesus? Whoo, child. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Whoo. Okay. All right. 667. Hello. 667-219?
Yes. How
Hi.
you doing?
Hi. What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm Corn and I'm calling from Baltimore, Maryland. Pretty much, I'm 32, and this whole thing with R. Kelly, you got to know the history. Like, a lot of people want to keep talking about this black thing, this white thing. At the end of the day, it's about facts and what we do know, and it's about common sense. So we all know the whole thing, how it started with R. Kelly. He liked underage girls. He liked young women. So some of the stuff that's out now, yeah, some of the girls, you know, they make up their own stories and stuff. But at the end of the day, we all know he has sex with underage girls, period. We all know that. So he's wrong for that. And there's nothing else to it. He's just wrong for knowing as being a grown man, as being an adult. He knows these girls is 15, 16 years old. He know that. So he's at fault for that, period. I mean, that's it.
Okay. So you're like, he know what's up. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, if he didn't know these girls' ages, that's something different. But out of all of the women he been with, he knows some of these girls is 15, 16, 14 years old. He knows that. Like, I mean, he know it. So he's the adult. He got to say no. It doesn't matter if you're a regular person or if you're a celebrity. You know, if you're 30, 40 years old, you should not be with anybody that's 14, 15 years old. If they're not 18 and older, then you shouldn't have sex with them, period.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's, you know, they want to give them all these different, you know, titles of, you know how the law like to come up with all these different titles and stuff, but at the end of the day, he should get charged for what he had done. And what he had done is have sex with underage girls while being an adult, and he know it. So that's what it should be, however you want to call it. But that's the problem at hand. That's the main problem at hand.
Okay. All righty. Well, thank you so much.
No problem.
All right. Okay, 951-333.
Yes, hi. I'm going to just say I'm SCH, and I'm from Paris, California, and I watched your show. I came up on you, and I've been watching your show for a few months, and
okay, you in the IE. You in the IE like me. I'm in the IE as well.
Yes, I am, and I don't like all of the gossipy shows. So some bloggers I don't watch no more because I'm about facts. I'm about what the laws are, about facts. I'm not about all that other stuff. And when it comes down to me, I've been researching and I've been watching all of the, like, R. Kelly's and all of these alleged victims, and I'm going to say alleged victims, saying that R. Kelly did this, R. Kelly did that, this and that, and all of that stuff. But a lot of them have changed their story. And if you're a true victim, you're not going to behave the way that these women have acted, because I've been through a lot. I'm not going to say, you know, details, but I know what it's like, and from a young child. And the thing is that you cannot take your personal views of what you experience and not still look at facts. I've had personal experiences, but I still have to look at facts. I still have to believe in the justice system. And black men suffer more in the hands in the judicial system than any other race in America. If R. Kelly is guilty, then R. Kelly should be punished for the crimes he's committed. But a lot of these women, they place themselves in positions, in compromising positions, and they took money in lieu of prosecution. And some of them were not underage. And with Geronda Pace, I think it's despicable because she made a comment that stuck with me about it is normal to lie as a teenager. That's not true. I was a teenager before. We all were if we're adults now, and we made it thus far, thanks the Lord. But you have to be taught at a young age about being around inappropriate situations. I know that. And whether her mother was there or not, she sought R. Kelly out. She admitted it. Then she went back and told different stories. Asante McGee has a criminal record. They showed her mugshot. When she was 10 years old, she was being treated for mental issues. Her mother went to jail for her life. She has done a lot of bad. And if you pull up her public record, you will see that. Lisa Van Allen, I don't know much about her, but I've heard about her stealing tapes and extortion and then having a boyfriend and having a baby and going back to R. Kelly, Faith, whatever her name is, Heather Rogers. All of these women were liking R. Kelly. They chased him down and they wanted to be with him. And R. Kelly likes to be with, I believe, young women. Now, what he did and was acquitted of, but hey, now, whatever he's doing, it's a moral thing. And we don't have to agree with the moral thing, but there are a lot of men that still like young women, 18, 19, 20 years old. That's his business, what he does. But if he's done wrong, he should be held accountable for what he's done. But what I don't like is how it doesn't seem like he's going to get a fair trial. Look at Lifetime. They should hold Epstein accountable. Lifetime should pursue that. Me Too movement should pursue that. Weinstein, all of these people that have done wrong that are white men should be pursued as well. They should be pursued just like they're pursuing R. Kelly. And Kimberly Fox is a disgrace as a deputy attorney. She's unethical. She's wrong for what she did. Totally wrong for what she did. I would not vote for her if I lived in Chicago. And I'm actually from Centerville, Illinois, originally, and then moved to Ferguson, Missouri, when I was a teenager still in high school. So some of these people they're very, very corrupt. And if they're going to hold people accountable, they need to hold everybody accountable for what they have done because they're wrong. And that lady that kept talking about Geronda Pace and that she didn't know, we need to hold people accountable, period. When they're young children, we need to hold them accountable and teach them what's right and wrong. And she cannot speak for black women. I don't know what race she is, but she cannot speak for black women, nor can she speak for what goes on in black people's households, because majority of black people do not raise their children to do wrong. And majority of black women, whether you're a single parent or not, do not condone their daughters to be out with older men and doing things that they should not be doing. Because I know my mother did not allow it with me, and I know that. So when she started talking about black people this, and she's from the suburbs, she needs to shut it down. Miss me with that mess, because you cannot speak for black women. My mother was a single parent, and my mother, she taught me a lot of things. And all I'm saying, like I teach my son now, he's an adult, and I teach him, and I still tell him, you need to make sure you protect yourself, because the things that are going on in the world nowadays, women are lying on men. I'm not saying all women lie, but women are lying on men. You need to protect yourself, protect your career. You need to make sure you're not messing with underage females. You need to make sure. And we need to teach our young black men those things so that they know and they're prepared so that they don't get caught up. And as far as R. Kelly, I didn't even used to listen to his music. I heard about R. Kelly when I was in my 30s. But however, with R. Kelly, I didn't know a lot about him, but I've been following it. And the reason why I started following this is because I did not like what was going on as far as how he was being portrayed in the media and his ex-wife. It's a shame. It's despicable to turn your children against their father and to be out here in the media talking about child support. We as black people need to start holding ourselves accountable and coming together unified, because this is like mockery. People are laughing at us, and it's ridiculous. Her about this child support, and she almost lost her house because she didn't get child support. You're not married to him anymore, so you have to live somewhere. So you need to have your rent already taken care of, whether you get child support or not. I have a lot to say. I've been holding it in, and this is the first time I decided to call in. As a matter of fact, I called in, I had to hang up, and I called back. So I thank you for taking my call. I know I'm long-winded because I always talk to my mother about this case because I am a strong advocate of what is right and what the facts are. And I appreciate you. I appreciate Dr. Rice. I appreciate Tracy's point of view. And there's a few other ones that have some very good point of views that are on her Sugar and Spice. I think Toxic Diamond, some very good points. And it's not all this gossip stuff, because we need to look at facts. Regardless of what our personal opinions are about R. Kelly, we need to look at facts. We need to look at facts. And you need to understand the laws, because one of the things about that child support, R. Kelly, the child support with that was him paying for his daughter to go to school. Well, one of the things about the Illinois law, because I looked it up, don't quote me everything because I'm not an attorney, but however, they were supposed to provide documents. And if the documents weren't there, he didn't have to pay. There's documents for the school and all of the tuition. You have to come straight and correct yourself. And
okay.
I'm telling you,
I'm going to have you wrap it up because I want to get through these next callers. Okay. I'm going to give you the final word.
Okay, God forgives. And so we don't know how God's going to play out in R. Kelly's life. We don't know what relationship that he has with the God that we're supposed to say we serve. So we don't know that. But however, we need to look at facts. And I pray that the judicial system will work accordingly. And again, if he's guilty, hold him accountable. But if he's not, let him go. And all the people that's saying stuff and coming out and saying all this stuff about him, they should be held accountable as well. And thank you again, and I continue to watch your channel. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in and being patient. You were definitely patiently waiting. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good night.
All right. Good night. Okay. 678-446. Hello? Oh, 678-446. I'm going to put the timer on because I got to wrap this up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It just told me I was unmuted. I just want to say, even though I'm not personally a fan of him, I don't think it's fair how he's being treated in the media. I feel like when you're guilty in the public eye, you're guilty in court because they feel like they have to do justice for the public because of the people versus the person. And I don't really like that. And sorry if I sound kind of jittery. I am tired.
I know. It's been a long night.
It's been like an hour. But I was also wanted to say that I think people should watch what they say about the victims because people are saying they shouldn't take money. But me personally, I am a victim, and I feel like that happening to you can put a complete halt on your life. And the bills don't stop just because you're going through something and you can't leave the house and stuff like that. So I feel like if you've been assaulted and you take money because you need that time to heal, people shouldn't bash the people for that because I personally went through that. And like I said, the bills don't stop, school doesn't stop, and I don't know much about his past. I'm only 19, so I was a kid when a lot of that stuff was happening. But from what I've seen now, even if he did it or not, he still deserves a fair trial. And also the victims, the real victims, not the ones who have been lying, they deserve peace as well.
All righty. Well, thank you so much. Is that all?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for that. You too. Okay. Shout out to y'all getting through it before the time is up. 678-790. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Let me start your time. Go ahead. What's your name and where you calling from?
Doreen. I'm calling from Georgia.
Okay. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts is that I had the opportunity to see R. Kelly at a private party, his birthday party, and he was very gentleman. It's like being black women, we always sometimes have to chase behind the money. So there were a lot of women that were inappropriate, twerking and doing all the wrong things. But he was a gentleman. He just sat in his little private VIP section and talked with his people. I have never seen that part of R. Kelly that is being discussed throughout the media. I feel as though Dream Hampton made a real big name for herself, but a lot of that was fabricated to me. I never did entertain Surviving R. Kelly because it's not his documentary. He does do a lot of good things for the community across the world. He did mentor a lot of very high, powerful entertainers and singers and actors. So I really, truly am a very good fan of R. Kelly. And I don't see that part of him. I don't like how Drea is always using his name to make her millions. If she's so disgusted with him, well, keep his name out of your mouth. Make it on your own. He already provided her with the divorce papers that she wanted and the settlement that she received. Now she's on and on and on about child support. However, getting back to all of this,
okay, 20 seconds.
Shenanigans with his life, about him mistreating black women, I feel as though he has a very good heart for black women. It's how you carry yourself. If you throw it at a man, sometimes they will take it. But if you're a decent person with a decent background, you won't go in that direction. So I don't believe none of this stuff that's being said about him. I think it's like a conspiracy to bring him down. And I'm hoping that God will vindicate him from all of this.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in. Hello?
Yes. Okay. Thank you for listening.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. 805. Hello? 805-619.
Hello?
Hi. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi. I called in a little earlier, but my name is Khadija. I want to address the girl that's been on the phone for a while tonight, and I'm going to make it real quick. That's been quoting the statistics and everything, and let me just say something, right?
Okay.
I was born and raised in the hood, in poverty, right? I lost both my parents at a very young age. I grew up in the worst circumstances, right? The odds were stacked against me. Then eventually I was placed in foster care, and subsequently I was adopted, right? Both of my parents, foster parents, adoptive parents, were psychiatrists, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had I have a lot of knowledge and experience in the mental health field. I feel like that caller, she was making a lot of excuses for those girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now let me say this to you, Nique, and please, if just answer this with me. Do you believe in coming? Let me try to word this the right way. Do you believe that you can become a victim of your own poor choices? Like you can make a poor choice and then subsequently become a victim of that choice. Like what I'm trying to say is, if I seek out an older man, right, and I lie to him about my age, and then I go with him, and then something happens, I'm not justifying a man doing something, but the lie that I told put me in a position for that to even happen. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, basically everybody has to have accountability, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Let me just say this one last thing. So, in the criminal justice system, right? Because I've had experience in the criminal justice system. Nothing since before the age of 18, but as a juvenile, I did things, committed crimes, and I was charged accordingly for it. And no one was saying, oh, my brain was underdeveloped. No one was saying, oh, I didn't know what I was doing or anything. So why is it that if these same 15, 16, they want to say the girls were 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, why is it that if they commit criminal offenses, they would get their asses handed to them, and there would be no Lifetime documentaries, there would be no Dream Hamptons, there would be nobody, no Me Too, Time's Up, all those other bullshit movements, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that in these cases they're brainwashed? They don't know what they're doing. Like make it make sense. How can you on one hand say that someone is responsible, but then in the next they're not? I just don't understand that. And I'm saying that as someone who went to college and studied different aspects and went to college and majored in in areas of the criminal justice field. I've asked these same questions.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the final input you want to say. Then I'm gonna go to the next caller because I want to
I
wrap
just
it
want
up.
to say this one thing to anybody. I know like different people that have contact with R. Kelly listens to your channel. Right now, he needs to go into prayer and fast. I will recommend him fasting and praying because if anybody knows anything about the spirit of Jezebel, he has that Jezebel spirit on him, and he needs to pray that off of him. The only way to get that off of you is to pray it off and fast. And I just want him to do that because I do believe he's going to come out of this, but it's gonna be a tough road because whatever lesson it was meant for him to learn the first time. I'm not saying what he's guilty of and what he's not, but there was lessons to be learned the first time around.
Okay.
And God was trying to get his attention, and it didn't work the first time. But he's a spiritual and godly man, so he will understand what I'm saying.
All right. Well, thank you so much for
calling in. And that's all I have to say. Thank you, and have a good night.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Okay, 706, hello? 706, hello?
Hey, Nique. This is Deborah. I called earlier, but I'm going to make this quick.
Okay.
The young lady that, I don't want to call her Miss Statistics, but I don't know her name. I listened to the conversation she had with the young medical student. But what I want to say is, she is lost in the book and not using her common sense. As a graduate myself with 2 degrees, traveled, lived in Europe myself, but I grew up in the inner city of Detroit. I was a teenager on the street at 16. But my mother and father taught me common sense. With all the degrees I may have, without common sense, nothing makes sense. When she used her statistics to go after the young lady, it just built up into me that as a black woman in America, growing up in the inner city of Detroit, you think you know everything. You don't. The world will teach you very quickly. If you don't have common sense, you will fall prey to everything out there.
Okay, 30 seconds.
I have been to Chicago. I have lived in Atlanta. I have lived in Baltimore, Maryland. I have lived in London, England. You have to take care of yourself. As a woman in the world, you have to use your common sense. You cannot be going to a man's hotel at 3 in the morning thinking everything's going to be okay. It may not. I sat there and I listened to that young lady talk about her suburban life, and she has forgotten common sense. No one is protecting a child molester. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is, if he is guilty, punish him accordingly. But these stories that you are trying to force down our throat and expect us to believe, that's not reality. That's not real. And having been a victim of sexual assault myself, as the young lady from California said, there is just a certain way in which you're going to respond to certain things. And you definitely ain't going to be sitting in front of no camera interviewing. That's just not what you want to do. But I'm going to cut this off. But if she can understand that if someone tells you over and over again, the reason you have problems as a young man is because your father wasn't in the home. And if you say it enough, young men will start to believe it. This is not the case. Young men raised in single-parent homes are no worse off because their father's not there. That's a psychological upbuild to make them feel less.
All right, I'm gonna have you bring it to the close because I gotta wrap it up. But go ahead.
Okay, what I'd like to just close with, as a people, we need to teach uplifting. We need to understand there are people out there who would love to see us disappear from the face of the earth. And we have to understand building common sense on top of education is what works. You got to have common sense. You got to know when somebody is playing you. And you also got to know how to go after that in the legal manner in which you can succeed. And that's all I have to say.
All right, thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. I'm loving it.
All right, thank you so much.
Then.
All right. Okay. I want to get to y'all, but I'm getting so sleepy, y'all. Honestly. I'm gonna go to 773-977. Please stick to the timer. You have 2 minutes. Let's go. 773-977.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name and where you calling from?
Oh, this Bo again. Waiting for the big tipper. I told her I got a Western Union. Told her get at me.
Oh.
Where's she at? She still here? The blood of Jesus. The blood of Jesus. This me again.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on pause. She's still here. 803. He said he waiting on Western Union. Did I get through everybody then? I think.
Yeah, I suppose so. I haven't done Western Union in about 5 years. You need to catch up.
All right. I'm gonna pause y'all one more time.
All right, I enjoyed you tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, 901-644. I think I answered this one already too. 901-644. What? I don't know what's going. It's not. It's not even letting me answer it. Okay, well, it looks like I went through everybody. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I'm gonna just unmute everyone, and whoever says something in 1 minute, I'm gonna just let y'all have a free for all for 1 minute because I am getting tired. So I'm about to put the timer on, so y'all just go for it. 2 minutes, go.
Okay. Look, the young lady that I talked to that was talking to me earlier about the Memphis couple and that I do know them personally, and which I do. The middle, and I said that the young lady couldn't sing. Well, I was saying that as to you put your child in a position, not to say that the girl can't sing, because she can get singing lessons. Because Janet Jackson couldn't sing, but she got singing lessons. But my thing is that you put your child in a position, then you want to act a fool about it in a very unlikely way. You wouldn't act a fool about it. Then you turned around and wanted to act like you had some sense. And now your daughter's mine. I think you're talking
to 803. Are you talking to 803?
I'm not sure. She's not talking to me.
No, it was a young lady. It was a young lady that was on here earlier. I don't know if she's still there or not.
Well, I think she's gone now. Would you like to address me? 803. I introduced my daughter to R. Kelly. Kelly was alone with her in positions, and he did not try to force her into anything that she didn't agree with. So,
well, you trained your daughter.
You need to come to court and testify on that, then.
You still up here looking for money.
Okay.
Could you please hang up?
Okay, Mr. West Union. I'm gonna tell you now, I ain't got no money, honey. I got some issues. I ain't got no money. But anyway, back to you and your back to you.
You said she was gonna give me a black daughter.
Back to you and your
You're looking
daughter.
for ties. Anyway, everybody, I'm going to have a good night. Thanks, Nique.
I want to talk to
guys.
6 figures, so I can't talk to you.
But back to you and your daughter, sweetheart. You did your daughter. Between you and your daughter, that was between you and your daughter and your whatever you did, and he didn't touch your daughter, and he did not want to be with your daughter. Then obviously it's something that you taught your daughter right, so that he wouldn't want to touch your daughter. He wouldn't want to be with your daughter because you put in your daughter's head. Well, I guess as I put in my daughter's
her daughter
head.
knew better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I told my daughter
I can say that and agree to that.
as growing up and being molested and being raped, I can step in and I can say that I taught my son and I taught my daughter, look, anybody touch you, I don't care how damn grown you get. If anybody touch you in any kind of way or treat you in any kind of way that you feel like that's not the way you need to be treated, if you can't get to the police enough, cut that bitch off. Cut that dick off if you need to. Walk away from it.
Okay.
Boy.
I mean, it didn't even have to go that far. He was really
No,
not.
but I'm just saying in life
Reality.
in general.
Yeah, you're right.
You out on the street. You not in this corner. You're not in the corner.
The point that I'm making is that simply R. Kelly does not, and believe me, my daughter is a very beautiful and attractive woman. He did not and does not, to my belief, forces anyone to do anything that they don't want to do. They are fully aware of what they're getting involved in.
The word of the night is accountability.
One thing I'll say this.
Well, Nick, I love y'all, and I'm finna go to sleep because I got.
I'm about to go to sleep too.
Blessing.
Thank y'all for all.
I'm still waiting on my blessing.
You
got it. Good night, Nique.
All right, good night, everybody.
At least let me give her name, my number to her. I'm waiting on my blessing.
All participants are unmuted.
All right.
All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
Okay, so that was that for that live. I can't believe I've been on for 3 hours. Thank y'all for tuning in, but I had enough of a pick. I mean, I think we got both sides out. We got the for R. Kelly and not for R. Kelly opinions. Everybody got to give their spill. We got 3 hours of call-ins. So hit that like button, you guys. If you guys like this live, if you were entertained at all, hit that like button. And thank you guys so much for rocking with me. And even the people who don't like your girl who was on this live, thank you for viewing. It helps your girl out a lot. And I'll see you guys on another video. I will definitely keep you guys updated as this situation unfolds, and we'll see what goes on. We'll see if he goes to jail, if he gets out, who bails him out. We're gonna see it all unfold.